Dear devotees, let's pay our respect to the Buddha. Say with me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. My homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's pay our respect to our teacher, Pinnath Lokuswamin Wahanse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear devotees, today I thought of teaching something related to most important quality called Shraddha. So when we say Shraddha, we all know what is it about. And so we have to understand that when we say the Shraddha, there is a clear difference between the faith, what we practice in Buddhist teachings, and then the faith which the other religions have. So to understand that, so we have to just get kind of understanding like what is faith is like. So faith is like believing, like we have kind of a confidence. Okay, he's telling the right thing, or he knows something than us. So likewise, we need kind of a faith and belief and confidence towards someone. So when it comes to the religions, so the religions are based on the faith, and people who are identifying themselves as non-religious people or atheist, so what they are saying is, when we follow a religion, so what it do to us is that religion put a problem what we do not have in our life into our head. Like we have our own problems and things, and suddenly we get an extra problem, like you have to do like this, and you shouldn't do like this, and therefore we don't like to follow a religion. So but when it comes to the Buddhajana Wahanse or the Buddha's teaching, there is a special thing in that, which is it shows us the sufferings which we have starting from here and now, and the whole sufferings which create due to the ignorance or the delusion, we said avijja, and due to the attachments. Buddhajana Wahanse's teachings is not talking a problem in the outer world. It clearly addresses our own ongoing problems. And in return, when we practice in return, what we get, we feel the relief of sufferings, what's going on in our lives. So if it does not work to you likewise, then you have to figure out why it's not working to me. And it's not a problem of the teachings of the Buddha. It must be something that we may not following it the way Buddhajana or the Buddha taught us. If someone reflecting his own life, if he can see that, oh, I was like this, I was suffering, I was in so much of pain mentally and physically, but since I'm practicing this teaching, even being in the same sort of I'm experiencing the same sort of things in my surroundings. My mind is getting better and better, and I feel the peace and harmony within myself. Then you are practicing the Buddha's teaching. So if anyone say that I'm practicing Buddha's teachings, there should be some special thing in it. That means he should have confidence towards the Buddha. If someone saying like, okay, I do follow Buddha's teaching, but I do not believe the whole thing what Buddha said. I believe this part and I do not want to believe this part. That means still he is not following what Buddha or Buddharajanana has taught. He is still following what he feels as right. So if you develop your own confidence towards Buddha, there should be some things to identify within yourself. So that's what we are going to learn today. So what we are going to learn about the Shraddha, about the confidence towards the Buddha, plus what happens to ourselves when we improve our Shraddha within ourselves. So after this teaching, reflect your own life and try to figure out, okay, am I improving my Shraddha or am I not? So like guys, you have to be mindful about you and remember these teachings not to judge others, but to identify what's going on within ourselves. So when we talking about the Shraddha, I thought of instead of just bringing a story, what we all learn and what we all know, I thought of bringing a nice analogy which Arahant Nagasena shared with us. This teachings is in the Questions of the Malinda, the book, the Milidu Rajapra King. What it says, the Questions of Malinda is it's actually, this is a very good book if you would like to read. So because the King Malinda is a Greek king, and he's not like what we say, like beating around the bush. He clearly ask what he want to ask. It's not asking what he want to ask because of the respect. He clear with respect. He asks questions, and when we go through the this book, we can find that by listening and understanding the teachings, he always improves his confidence towards the Buddha, and as well as the teachings, and as well as he gaining confidence towards the Arahants. So in here, King asked Nagasena, what is the defining characteristic of faith? So it's basically, if someone says that I have Shraddha, what is the defining characteristic in it? Like, how do we know that he has Shraddha, he has confidence to the Buddha? So, Arahant Nagasena saying, Great King, faith has both composure and taking a leap as its defining characteristics. So, Arahant Nagasena mentioning us that two things, the composure and taking a leap. So then Arahant Nagasena shares two stories. So I'm not going to read whole thing. You can go through this, but I would like to bring the story in short, and you can go through it and understand. So when it comes to the composure, so the Arahant Nagasena is saying that, mentioning about that the king, the King Chakravarti, king, that means a wheel turning emperor, so which means that special emperor who used to conquer whole world in righteous way without killing even a single living being. And he had a special gem. When he put that gem into the water, no matter how dirty and muddy and the water, suddenly it get purified. Likewise, so if someone has Shraddha, Arahan Nagasena showing us that it's like clearing. So if your mind is with full of defilements, when we put the gem into the water, suddenly that the water get purified. So likewise, when that Shraddha, the faith, confidence towards the Buddha rises, all the defilements should fade away. That means it creates a kind of a clarity within yourself. So that's something Shraddha or the faith does. So what is this faith in other religions too? Is it the same thing? Have you ever thought about that? It's not the same thing. It's like sometimes completely opposite. Like, so that faith creates kind of a fear. Hey, you didn't bow today. You didn't worship maybe 5 times. So there are some times today. So then you will be punished. Create fear. Fear is a defilement. It's not clearing your mind. So, and again, that the other fear that the faith creates something like, uh, um, that belief that I will get the help. He will. That superpower will take care of me. Not you are going to take care of you. That superpower will take care of you. But Buddha said, Atta Deepa Bhikkhave Viharata Atta Sarana. Be an island to yourself. Be a refuge to yourself. How? By Dhamma Deepa Bhikkhave Viharata Dhamma Sarana. By practicing the righteous teachings. So that's what Buddha say. Practice it and be an island to yourself. So that means there is a clear line what faith means in Buddha's teaching, what faith in means other religions. So I think this is something we should teach, especially to the younger generation, because it's not to judge other faiths, it's not to judge others, it's not to create arguments, debates also, but to be strong, have a strong confidence towards your teacher, our teacher of the Buddha. So if not, since that we all put that all the religions we put in one basket, and due to the regular education system, they may misunderstand. Oh, in Buddha's teachings, faith means the same thing. So I have my strong personality, and I do not need that faith. That sort of idea can our younger generation would have. So what will happen then? They will follow you and go to the Dhamma school, Sunday school, if there are, because parents ask. But once after the high school, oh, thank you, and they will say goodbye, and we don't see them until there is a kind of a festival also. Why? They don't find it special. But when they see that, okay, this faith means it gives the clarity to see your own mind. How it creates that clarity? It's not like covering your mind. It's something uncovers your mind. So Buddha is saying, when see, these are the defilements and these are the wholesome things. When you see anger rise in you as an example. If you have Shraddha, you are not justifying your anger. I should be angry if I do not be angry, or if I don't show my anger, if I don't show my resistance, they will take the advantage of it. So it's better I should have shown that. It's better I'm what I'm doing. That's sort of we are justifying our anger. But if someone has confidence to the Buddha, oh, and now I feel anger, and that's normal. But holding anger, I shouldn't do that. Buddha never gave us a permission to do that because it's a defilement. You have clarity to understand it as a defilement because you have Shraddha. You are not justifying your defilement and putting what Buddha said to the dustbin. You know that? No, anger is a defilement. And when desire arises, even though as a lay devotees, you all have full freedom to have your desire to a certain amount to like experience sensual pleasures in righteous way. No objections are it's not rejected at all. If someone reject that, it means it's wrong. But you can observe 8 precepts and imitate an arahant 4 times or at least 1 time a month. So, but other than that, you can experience the sensual pleasures in righteous way. But still, when desire rises, you shouldn't justify that. You should know that this is the desire. This attachment creates sufferings, and that's a universal truth. So you have to be uh, honest about that. Think that suddenly you feel jealousy. If you have faith or if you have Shraddha, you are not justifying that. You will say, yes, I do feel jealous and it's a defilement. And if you feel the mark, that means your mind is not ready to appreciate others' qualities. When someone's saying someone's quality which you are not ready to accept, you feel like someone's pinching your heart. Someone else saying someone else quality, but you feel like somewhere within yourself, like pinching your heart. It's kind of a pain. Then what we try usually, if someone is not practicing Buddha's teaching, they will do like they will try to convince others. Even though you are saying good things about that person is like this. You want to see that person, that one who's talking on the good qualities of someone, also see from your eyes and see only the bad things. So that's how it works. So, but when it arises, what you do? Yes, okay, I feel muck, then that's this muck. You have clarity to see it as a defilement. You have like that water got purified. You see your mind as it is. Sometimes conceit arises. Conceit has like 3 characteristics, like 3 ways. Sometimes it feels like you are inferior. Sometimes you feel like you are superior. Sometimes feel like, oh, we also say we all say 3 in the 3 ways. When you are being with someone who is so wealthy, powerful, and so think that they invite you to a dinner and in a very fancy place, and so you are not used to such a thing. In that place, you may feel like inferior, and you are inviting someone. They seems to be poor compared to you, and at that moment, you may feel like, oh, I'm a superior person. And you're having your dinner with your friends and so, then you may feel, oh, we all same. So how that feeling of we all same creates suffering? You may find sometimes that you are believing that we all same and we all in the same class, but suddenly someone get kind of a rapid progression in their uh, wealth or in education also, then what will happen suddenly? You feel like, oh, what's going on here? Is he doing something kind of wrong business? Or your mind is not ready to appreciate that. Feel kind of a jealous. So like guys, that's how it works. So but when you have the Shraddha, you're so sure about what's going on in your mind and you identify defilements as defilements and put it into the dustbin, not what Buddha said. Not only the unwholesome things, in this mind, wholesome things arises. Not one, not two, a lot. So you all came to listen to the teachings of the Buddha here. That's a wholesome thought what you had. You didn't go to sleep, you didn't get to bed, and you may had your dinner early, and you prepared yourself, and you came to sit because there is no attendance mark and there is nothing, there is no increment to your pay sheet. There is no such a thing. So you came. So that means you have that wholesome mind. Appreciate that wholesome qualities. Be happy about that. While rejecting, while not giving any room to the default. So for that, that clarity helps you. That clarity comes when you have the real Shraddha. That means you are ready to see defilements when it arises, not only in others, because we all so perfect, perfect up to 120% to see others' defilements. But when it comes to ours, it's really difficult. We are like, oh, just let it go and do not like to even think about that. Okay, later I'm doing good things and yeah, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that because I feel regret. So therefore I'm not going to think. So likewise. No, you have to be sure about what's going on and see it. And if you are not ready to overcome from that in this moment, at least instead of justifying or ignoring that, see it and understand. This is a default. This is a clearly defilement. Yes, true, it's really difficult me to let go, but it's a defilement. One day I will, but still it's a defilement. So that's what I'm saying. Most of the time there are some male devotees, can say even devotees, when they want to intoxicate themselves, what they are doing is, even Buddha said it doesn't matter, it's a little bit enough. So likewise, they're justifying. No, that's not the way. You have to think that, yes, that I'm having that and I can't avoid that. I have kind of addiction, kind of, not a lot, but it's a wrong thing. You have to be sure about what you're doing and you have to identify it's a wrong thing. That's all. When you see it something wrong, in this very moment you may not be able to correct it, but one day you will, definitely. Why? You see it as a wrong thing. Right. So that is the one thing which faith creates in you, the clarity, the composure. As an example, when that purifying gem, when it put into the water, the whole water get purified and all the muddy goes down and then all the poisons are fading, going away and it's ready to drink. Likewise, you will get a clarity and composure. So the second thing is taking a leap. So in there, and the Arahant Nagasin saying that a nice referring to the Ganga river. So when that water is touching the two banks and the clouds, the rainy clouds can see in the mountains area and like that, it's a time. It's really difficult to cross the river, like not from a bridge, but by going like crossing, going in the river. So it's really difficult and it's something impossible. Like it says, like even a crow can drink water just sitting, being in the bank. So at that time, there is a special courageous person. What he's doing is, with all courage and mindfulness and with wisdom, finding the best place to cross the river and carefully crossing the river and going to the other end. When someone go to the other side of the river likewise, all the other people seeing that get kind of a courage. Okay, here is the way. This is the way he did this. Okay, then we also can do this. So that's sort of a confidence building in there. So that's what the taking a leap means. So when you have the confidence towards Buddha, you will never lose that courage to attain the Nibbana. You will never say, oh, this is something no one can achieve. You will say, yes, of course it must be difficult and still can achievable, but maybe not now, but right practice with right guidance, one day we will. So that sort of confidence and courage will generate if you have Shraddha. So why? One time Buddha saying that, oh dear monks, these defilements can definitely eliminate. If these defilements can't eliminate, I'll never say can. Since these defilements can eliminate, I'm saying you, these can eliminate. So if you have confidence towards what Buddha said, not what happening in your mind, I try, but it doesn't work to me. But you have Shraddha, that you have confidence towards Buddha, and with that confidence gives you the courage to sit and meditate again. That's how it works. So Buddha, we say Buddha to Buddha because he's perfect and very good in teaching. So what we have to do is we have to practice. Okay. So this is what I want to share with you today. I know it's not whole hour, but just 30 minutes, but we shared something really important, right?
Bante, there are two words for one word is called saddha, the other word is called pasada, avecca pasada, Bante. That avecca pasada, how does that different than this saddha?
Yeah. Saddha means confidence towards Buddha. Shraddha and Pasada means two different things. Avicca means like unshakable. Pasada means it's also have that idea, but that means that, let me find the right word for that. It's like this. So think that you meet someone and in the first glance you are not sure who is that person, and you feel like a stranger. Then after some times you feel like you build a very good that good impression towards that person, that good impression, that sort of idea that pasada means. And that means your mind is pleasant towards that person. So that means that unshakable uh, good impression towards someone. So that's what the avechapasada means. Shraddha means saddha hoti saddhati tathagatasya bodhi, which means that confidence towards Buddha's wisdom.
In most religions, faith is a blind faith. So I'm wondering, the word that you're using for faith, is it more trust and confidence as opposed to faith? Is it translated more as trust and confidence?
Yes, Alan. So that should be the right word. So I brought that word because it's in this book. And
Oh,
when I describe to someone what is Shraddha, instead of saying faith, I always say it's confidence towards Buddha's understanding.
okay. Yeah, that's the way I see it. And because I'm Jewish, and when you say you have faith in God, for instance, then it's like a blind faith.
That's right.
It's not the real trust and confidence that you have when you're studying the Dhamma and the words of the Buddha and really understanding how it affects you internally and how you alone can make changes. You're not relying on the Buddha to do it. You're relying on
Yeah.
yourself.
Yes, by practicing, and that's true. Like, so when it comes to the religion, so it's like there are things like, that we are not allowed to question. So if we question, it seems like we are doing like a huge mistake. But when it comes to the Buddha's teachings, it's like there are in Kala, that timelity in that teaching. It says that if someone want to attain the Nibbana, it says that to practice four things: Kalena, Dhamma, Savana. That means that timely listening. That means time that listening what you need to listen at the right time, and timely discussion. You are allowed to discuss. And then the samatha and vipassana, the calming meditation and the insight meditation. So these four things we have to do at the right time. And when it comes to the quality of ehipassika, that come and see, there is a sutta that Buddha is saying that there are some teachings and some things in the world, they are shining when it covers. So think that if there is a stool, and under the stool we put a trash bin with trash, and if we cover with gold and wraps, so it will shine until that wraps are there. But when we uncovers, everyone will reject that. So,
Mhm.
there are things like that, that wrongly discourse teachings there are in the world. And then Buddha saying, there are things, those are shining when it uncovers, like the sun will shine, moon will shine when clouds are not covering the view. So likewise, the Buddha's teachings are shining not when covers but uncovers. So it's a kind of a huge difference
Mhm.
uh, when comparing with the most of the faith-based religions.
Yeah, that's the way I feel. That's very good. Thank you, Bante.
Welcome.
Namo Buddhaya Bante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you for the Dhamma talk. I read somewhere that it's called confirmed confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. I think Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi had that translation somewhere in the book, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Is that the same word, Avecha Pasad, I think?
Yeah, I believe that's it. That
Oh, okay,
confirmed.
okay.
That means aveccha means that means very confirmed. That means actually it won't change.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
it's like. Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Bante.
yeah. So I would like to suggest that when we learning, especially in English, since there are different meanings, like different, we use different words. When you learn a special Dhamma word, try to see the what Pali word in it, and then we can, when you learn the Pali word, so it will be helpful you to improve your Dhamma knowledge. As an example, so last week at the Sunday evening meditation, and there was a discussion about how desire is a defilement. So it took some time to give them a kind of understanding why the listeners are not listening what I am referring. What I am referring, that idea, I turn it to words. And I believe that these words will understand the other person in the same way. Then I'm sharing that words, but using that words, they have their own perceptions and they get kind of understanding in that way. Then we have to have like a back and forth conversations to clear what I am saying, quoting from Buddha's teachings and what they have understood. It's like it takes some time. So until then, there are if especially if something like they are not ready to accept, like if rather than accepting, if they feel like offending, so it's really difficult and it takes time. And yeah, that's what happens.
They have different interpretation of the word, and
Yes.
so they see it in a Western way, as opposed to understanding what the Buddha meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. What's the word for courage?
Courage means the virya, effort, the virya. Some or the in Samma Vayam. Have you heard that Vayam in Noble Eightfold Path?
No.
Okay, just remember virya or the Vayam.
Like in this context of Shraddha, what's there was another word that you mentioned for courage, or is it the same?
So in here, so it said that taking a leap, so that help to taking a leap in because of the Shraddha. So but yeah, but Shraddha means definitely the confidence towards Buddha. Because of that effort, the taking a leap or the effort or the virya or the vayam arises. Let's share the merits with everyone. So today we all meditated and we all learned the two special benefits of like the defining characteristics of the Shraddha. And we had a small Dhamma discussion and very insightful, and we all accumulated many merits. So let's share all the acquired merits with all the divinely powers, and if there are any private guardians to you, may they be well, may they be happy, may they rejoice the merits you acquired today, and let's share all these good merits with your past relatives and friends, and if they would like to rejoice these merits, may they rejoice and may they have happy all the wealth and happiness they are expecting in their destinations. And let's share all these merits with our teacher Pinat Loku Swamin Wahanse and all the monastic monks. And may Bhantes be well, be very happy. May Bhantes soon able to understand Four Noble Truths. And lastly, let's share all these good merits with all of you. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May your all good wishes come true. And may you all able to improve your uh, practicings of this path, and may you all able to understand Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu,
Sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu.